4 forms of water shaping. What follows is an initiate's primer in the 4 forms of water shaping, which comprise the basic learning lessons of our guild: grief, hope, metamorphosis, transcendence. The form of grief, accepting that one's physical is not as mutable as water. Hope, understanding that water is more relentless and inexorable than any natural force. Metamorphosis, realizing that the body's internal water can help to mediate the prior forms. And transcendence, water covers Eora. If water can be shaped, so can the world. Maru, for what did you send me away to mediate on 4th form in uncharted waters, only to summon me back to the Karanga feet? A bomb must have gone off in Serpent's Crown, one of revelation, if not black powder. The interruption is a setback. I trust that whatever happens next will propel our people forward. I will sail Paraki's resolve into the waters where I suspect you need me most, and await your orders. I hope that the rumours carried upon the waves are to be trusted. I would tell you to send on Niska my love, but she knows what it is. She knows that it is hers. Tell her that she needs only snap her fingers, and I will be her storm again. Holds the hands and catch an oncoming missile. He winces in concentration, and an orb of water rises and floats in midair. Sweat drops down his nose. He flinches, and in that instant the water loses all shape and splashes on the floor. Crestfallen, he sighs and drops his stance.
Did you need something?
He nods to you and shakes it out his arms, readying himself for another try. You seem to be having trouble.
I can feel the connection to Andre just like Myru taught me. But there's something missing. Maybe it's my form.
He frowns to himself. Sorry. No idea.
That's okay. Persistence is everything, right?
So I could come back here with a channel. Tell you what then. I'll put this in my little guide that I've got here.
You have questions for me. Speak up, I say.
Yeah, about the guild.
Ekera, my pleasure. Water shaping is a talent bestowed on the Huana by the goddess Ngati. Periki was the first in recent memory to organize the talent into a series of teachable forms. What else would you like to know?
Where do the water shapers get their power?
Our art is the yield of the Huana's ancient covenant with the goddess. Our ancestors pledged to protect the luminous Adra, the islands, and the tribes. Ngati gifted us with the strength to keep our promise.
What do water shapers do exactly?
We control tides, prevent storm damage, and keep unwelcome ships at bay. Lately, we have experienced an artistic revival of sorts, thanks to our star pupil, Takehu. We represent the best of Huana achievement, no small responsibility.
High praise, eh?
Ekera, speak freely.
Alright.
Hey. What? Huh? Will do.
The stone door is sealed shut. A few engraved symbols stand out amongst the other carvings and inscriptions. Apart from that, you find no evident means of opening the way. Runes decorate the stone. Nagata would not have gifted her chosen people a watery covenant unless they persisted in deserving it. This sanctum is a covenant of our making. Only the sigil of the covenant and the words of my devotion will open the way. Periki, master of the guild. No brute will influence one way or another. Punch the door. Probably have to come back here with him to KO. Depiction of a newer woman, her hand extended and grasping at the air. An eroded plaque sits by her feet. Something about the statue calls out to you, the echo of fractured soul that tarried in this place for long and thoughtful years. You feel victory tinged by grief and regret. Protect the lingering soul. Your vision bobs with the motion of the sea. You stand aboard the deck of swift winds, where your mates share bemused, self-congratulated glances as they work. One of them claps your back with approval. You step back and aim a reproachful look at your mate, however friendly his intent. You know there will be time for reprieve when you are squared away in Nikitaka. Something cuts through the water to your port side, an enormous shape just beneath the waves. Someone shouts that the winds have turned in your favour at last. This is followed by an enthusiastic cheer among the crew. You don't share the mirth. Eyes to horizon, I say. You bring home a mighty gift, though it takes an unusual form, one that you pray to Nagata you are able to keep in check. The vision dissipates and you land legs reassert themselves. Hold her hand. You grasp her hand with tenderness. At first nothing happens, but then a tiny droplet of water forms in the corner of her eye and rolls down her cheek, dripping on the floor. Your vision bobs with the motion of the sea. You stand aboard the deck of the Swift where your mates share a bemused. Wipe out to that. I might have to look back into that. Wipe away the tear. You reach out and draw your thumb down the statue's cheek, wiping away the trail of moisture. For a moment, the stone feels soft to the touch. Vision balls with motion. The words are much eroded and water damaged, but a few choice snippets of phrases stand out with clarity. Peliki, something in Hunter, across the length of...
What say, friend? The guild's sanctum has seen better days.
The young water shaper leans on his broom and smiles at you. What's behind the store door by the staircase? What'd you do here?
Simply a caretaker. I dust off Pariki's tomb and try to keep the place tidy. Caring for the guild hall usually means drying off what others get wet in practice.
Ekenu shakes his head with a wiry smile. What's behind the stone?
A sanctum for master water shapers, I say. No students or outsiders allowed. I have never been there myself. Myru assures me the room has no need of cleaning.
He shrugs, smiling. Are you a water shaper?
Eora. One of
I think I'm going to bring
middling
Takano
skill,
down
I'm
here.
Generous.
You'll probably have something to say.
Not all of us can boast of Takehu's talent. But Nagati touches us differently, I say. The guild didn't used to allow outsiders the freedom of our halls. Eora. But how times change.
I just snuck in, truthfully. Isn't it funny? Sometimes you can just take stuff and sometimes it's like, oh,
On it.
I shall be discreet.
Swapped in spark.
Ooh.
I've got it.
Oh. Sure. I'll just take it, folks. I will just take it. You know, don't mind me. Don't mind me. All right. Yep. No, right underneath him. I guess I'm still gonna have to talk to him though. The older Maturi man stands ringed by younger Hawana, apprentices or pupils it seems. His robes shimmer with the quartz bedding and his perfume announces his presence from across the room. Yet beneath his finery he looks like a fighter gone to seed. Disguised muscles flop from his arms and flab pads him like so many layers of silk. He looks up and notices you.
Greetings, and welcome to my home.
He gestures to the lavish room, puffing his broad chest out a little more.
For what do you come to my villa?
Not to steal your stuff.
Is he going to do this every time?
Maybe. Takano continues grins, you obviously oblivious to all Elof's irritation. Read it to Takamo's soul. Your essence slips from your body and Takamo's soul enfolds yours like a warm oily thing. As his fears and questions seep into you, your perspective shifts to his. At first, you're worried this mountain dwarf before you had been sent by the Valerian dent collectors. It would be a low trick, taking advantage of your famous hospitality, but then those Valerians are crafty. Perhaps your filler were bigger, then they might know you're a man worthy of respect. At last you have the shell. You took it away not only for safekeeping, but also because you are a little ashamed of it. How could such a thing, simple ugly thing, be sacred to a god? But it was a gift from the queen, and so you kept it. Your gaze strays to the wall. Yes, you must knock down that section there. Install a wide, grand window once you have the money. Perhaps he's willing to sell it. Well, not anymore, because I've just stolen it. Whoops. I did nothing. I did nothing, folks. Alright, I just, you know.
Don't worry about you, Adair. There'd be a thing of free out here that you shouldn't be aiming at pets.
Hey, it was dark. I only saw the back of your head. I thought you were some huge island squirrel.
This ain't about me, farmer.
Farmer. Muhai's estate.
At last. Akira, I have waited a second lifetime.
Hear you?
There you are.
It tells the head, considering you. After a moment, she reaches a hand towards you. Yes, I'm real.
And what kept you? Why should I wait so long for Rikuhu's messenger? Or have you come as Bareth's usher? The foreigners twist even our gods. You are small, but not as wrinkled as I expected.
I am not the usher, I'm a watcher.
Akira, I have not met one before. Nor will I again, I think. But you are here to take me away, are you not? Well, I refuse to go. Never will I move from this place until justice is done.
Stamps her foot soundlessly.
I follow Magrin's way. Yet sickness took me before my time. I died alone and without honors. It must be put right. My body cannot be left here to rot, forgotten. I feel it there like an itch.
And who were you?
I have been many things. And in performing my duties, I brought honor to my caste and to my kin. A sea captain, a great explorer, trusted advisor to the Queen herself. Now, that is before I left the sea for the mountains to make maps and guide others. Chief Navigator,
That is what I made of myself.
You know where you are.
I can see nothing in this place of death but distant lights. But I feel I must be close to where I died. I have not taken one step since the darkness came.
What's the last thing you remember?
I have been many things. And in performing my duties, I brought honor to my caste and to my kin. A sea captain, a great explorer, trusted advisor to the Queen herself. Now, that is before I left the sea for the mountains to make maps and guide others.
The last thing you remember.
That is what I made of myself.
Did I press the wrong thing?
The sickness. Days of it. Lying in my own filth as the disease withered me. I passed from wakefulness to sleep with every breath. But I knew at once when it was over.
Is this why you haven't moved on? I could help you.
Of course. Some kind of mistake was made, and now Magrin will put it right. I thank you. Please, search my home. My body cannot be far.
Our last request.
I've seen worse.
They steal your stuff.
Have you found it? Akira, I hope I have not rotted away.
I found the body in the bed. I assume it's yours.
Yes. To think, a Mutaru of the Kahanga tribe left to die alone and forgotten. Unthinkable.
No one deserves the end of things. I'll put it right.
Then I was right to wait. All will be made right again, and I will rest. Take my body to the Temple of Magrin in the Sacred Stair. There is a great fire there that burns eternally. Burn my body there, so that it may be dedicated to Magrin in death. I cannot pass from this life until all is in order.
This isn't how it works. Find the Adrophanes and you will be released into the wheel.
You mistake me for one of the outsiders. What do the gods care for such things? No, we must go to the brazier. I cannot see the way, and so must follow you. Lead on, my friend.
Okay. Cremate Muhai's remains. Cloak figures spring out of the alleys flanking the street. Don't start. Don't start. Several figures slink towards you with surrounding streets. Leading them is an Orlin with blood-red fur and long, sharpened nails. She sniffs the air.
I smell that Mataru Richling's perfume on you. You've got something I want. Give me the cornet of waves.
Thugs creep towards you, hands on their weapons. He must be the one Dorio originally hired.
Now, lass, no need to sour that pretty face on account of us achieving what you done cocked up.
Servant smiles, but his hands hover near his weapon.
I ain't failed just yet. Not when I got you cornered.
Tackle.
Not without the cornet of waves.
You're an idiot. The cornet is just a shell.
That can't be. Why else would Dario send us for it?
Your face is a maelstrom of irritation and confusion.
Besides, you're here, aren't you?
Grabs her blade towards you. You really think you trust some cheap thugs with a real treasure? Yes.
Then what would he want with it?
One hand finds her hip, the other keeps her blade pointed at you.
Boss, he thinks a lot straighter than you.
The thug scratches his head. She growls with frustration and sheaves her weapon.
Fine, but I see you again and things will go differently, I promise.
Storms away, the other thugs hesitantly follow. Ah, see, diplomacy. You don't need to fight, folks.
You there? What are you doing?
Muhai has passed. I'd like to commit her body to the flames.
Muhai?
The priest's calm demeanour is shattered by his hissed utterance. He glances around you both.
Do you know what you do?
This woman you carry.
Woman you carry. She cannot receive such rights. You risk the queen's anger. Muhai has broken with Wahana. The queen has forbade that any should have contact with her. Ekera? She would be banished to the Undercity if not for her sickness. And now that has finished her. Ekera, how to say, the sharing that is right among our people, each of us in what way we can. It is the role of the Mataru to guide, to protect. A group of the Wapua came to seek Muhai's counsel, for she was known as a great navigator. Muhai was of the Oweki before she came to Neketaka. The Oweki and Wapua were enemies for many years, before Queen Onekaza's time. Muhai misled the hunting party, and they were lost. All of us are Kahanga now. To harm Wapua is to harm Oweki. As Muhai turned her back upon her kin, so we were commanded to turn ours upon her.
Well, what's that got to do with you?
The queen would have us join our tribes into one raised fist. She could not let Muhai's crime stand.
So that was a political decision. I'll say number 4, but I definitely want to do number 2.
I say it was done for the good of our people. The traitors, they make war upon themselves. Each dousing another's flame, they are reduced to embers.
And I say your queen is a shrewd leader. You should consider yourselves fortunate.
He nods, clearly impressed. She gave them bad direction. That's not the same as murdering them.
There are those who kill by sword and those who kill by cunning. To the dead, it makes no difference.
Died alone, isn't that enough?
So too did she act on her own, against her own people. She does not deserve the honor of walking with the gods.
Can she not redeem herself? I would like to go number 4, but I'll see this one.
Muhai is dead. She has lost her final battle.
Who says one's chance for redemption ends with death? For some, it's only the beginning.
Come. Give me the body. I will bury her beyond the great city walls. It is the best that I can do.
No, I will do as she asked and burn her body.
You would defy the word of our queen? I will not spill more blood for Muhai's sake. But no, this foolishness will bring you only sorrow.
The heat given off by the massive brazier, almost unbearable. Its flames burn nearly at the height of the man looking among the edges. Place. You heave your grim burden into the brazier, where it lands with a scattering of embers. The body burns with unnatural swiftness from the flames, reduced to ash within what seemed to be more moments. This works.
It is done. I can feel it. I am certain of it. My essence returns to me.
You can detect no change in Muhai's spectral form. Now that her corpse is gone, all the same, she raises her hands to the heights of her eyes, examining them.
You have greater loyalty within you than those of my own blood, Watcher. You have freed me.
Abdel?
When I was yet not too sick to rise, and had hope of leaving the city, I hid away a jewel with which I could buy passage. Climb the temple steps and search among the pillars. You will find it behind a loose stone.
A loose stone?
I will not sail again. Perhaps you can make use of it.
Maybe.
I will find my way from here. Amira's winds blow sweet upon you, Watcher. May you always find what you seek.
Okay. Well, seems some people don't like me now. Great. Fantastic. Fantastic. Still at 1, so I'll take that. Alright. Okay. That.